The local commission meeting for October 7th, 2024 is called to order at 5:30 p.m. Would Director Rono please call the roll, please?
Yes. Commissioner DA,
Here.
Commissioner Frazier. Here. Chair Hernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Damiana. Present. Commissioner Brudnicki. Commissioner Tozer. Commissioner Amber.
We have a quorum. I move to have Commissioner Einberg's, Commissioner Tozer, and Commissioner Brudnicki's last two absences excused. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against, say nay. Motion passes. We'll move on to approving the agenda. I move to remove agenda item H from today's agenda as the artist was unable to make today's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say nay. Motion passes. Are there any additions or removals to today's agenda? In that case, I think I need to move to accept the agenda with the agenda item removed to get it accepted. So I would like to accept the agenda with item H removed. Is that, can I get a second?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against, say nay. Motion passes. With that, are there any staff announcements for today's meeting?
No.
No. I move to accept the minutes for the previous meetings as is. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against, say nay. Motion passes. Is there any public comment for this evening? Anyone here not for the article? Then we will move on to new business, which was the call for student artists for the Duvall Market Bureau. I believe one of the artists is unable to make it.
Correct. I emailed all 3 submissions and did not hear back from Sophia. I was here.
Oh,
Hi, Wallen, everybody's here.
okay, awesome.
Oh, that's okay.
Awesome. Well then, let's go ahead and get started with that. You all have a presentation.
Yeah, so first up we have Alex. Alex, if you want. I have a couple of physical things. I don't know if any of you guys have already seen the proposal that I've made.
I have actually.
Okay, I do have a printed version, not just in case it's good. Great. Have a good one.
Believe that the agenda has a link to it, so we can put it on screen.
I'm working on it.
Oh.
Get you guys out of it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, go. Okay. So, I passed around a couple of the printed sheets of paper just to show off a more a better version of what's on the screen right there. The top one is the full proposal and the bottom 2 are a zoom in on the birds for more detail and a zoom in on the bridge and the scenery. So my whole deal with the mural is that I kind of wanted to bring together for the colors and the composition, a mix of the sunrises that we have here in the valley. I know that going to Cedar Crest High School, I will go up to the bus stop, and during the mornings I see these beautiful like sunrises and stuff from the valley. So to encompass that, I just decided to choose colors from that sort of theme. And then in addition to that, with the color scheme, I decided to go for a more vibrant color palette because of how Washington itself is usually kind of a little bit more of a gray and dreary area. So it would be nice to have some more color in the area. And then for the birds, I have sort of a movement in both flight and size. So the bigger birds, the 2 that were wanted on the actual sheet, are the osprey and the bald eagle on the far right. And so those 2 we have kind of flying in and perching. And then the others are birds that I personally have been fascinated with, that I've seen around the area. Especially in backyards and stuff, and they are more recognizable birds, I feel like, that a lot of people would think as maybe interesting or stand out a lot. And it's a little bit harder to see, but I do have rim lighting around the birds that should help bring them out against the background even more, so that from a distance, it should be easier to see. And with the positioning of the birds, I did try to replicate with the wing patterns as well, an actual process of flight. It's a little bit difficult to see, I know, but. And throughout the whole thing, I kind of have that same color gradient, which I was hoping to pull out, again, from that sunset theme. And then on the side, on the very left, there is, I know that the wall curves around and goes kind of at a 90-degree angle. And so on the side there, I had a possible idea, if there was time and resources, to add a goose on the side of the wall, because there is always, quite literally, geese are always around the corner, so. That would be something interesting to add. I did put in the, I did put in the novelty bridge too, and I tried to darken it against the clouds in the background to make it a little bit more noticeable, because that is a very noticeable trait in our little town and the valley in general, so. I do have 2 paintings, if that wants to be passed around. I don't have any paintings of birds necessarily, but they do show the kind of style and quality expected in the work that I would be putting into the mural.
Were they in the packet?
No,
Okay.
No.
they're physical paintings.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, that.
Furnish from them ones too.
Have you done much mural work or painting for exteriors before?
I've not done mural work, but I have done up at Cedar Crest. I've painted a bass drum head for the marching band. So I put a red wolf on that before. So I have had experience with unusual canvases.
So before we get into discussion, just to make sure that it's a little more orderly than the last time we had people here. What I'm gonna do is, we're gonna go around like the city council normally does, where everyone gets a turn to ask a question. We go around in a round robin, and then once everyone has a chance, they can ask the second question, and so on and so forth. But unless, are you done as yet, or are you still have?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, okay,
Will I be able to ask questions in turn too?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, you can ask questions of us, we can ask questions of you.
Cool.
Do you have any questions for us?
I do have a couple concerning the work process. And so I'm wondering mainly, how is that supposed to go? Like, do I have to have a supervisor with me, or am I working on this on my own?
That one, I'm going to hand this one to Director Moreno. As she's worked with people on specific projects, so.
Yeah, depending, we'll put signage up with the roadway just to, kind of help traffic.
Okay.
know, and then at the last project, I was on site, so it would either be myself or a public works staff with you.
Okay. Cool.
Anyone have any questions or discussion? No,
I have one.
okay, Commissioner.
Would you be open to making that second tree that's above the line, look more like the outline of a giraffe? The second one above the, that goes above the mountain line?
I actually have an idea. I could definitely.
I think the most opposed.
Yes.
This council has an agenda.
That would be an easy addition, I think. I could definitely change that.
Okay.
Any further discussion or questions?
May I ask, how long did these canvas paintings take you?
Each one took maybe 4-ish hours, 4 to 6. But those are very detail oriented. With the mural, it'll be a little bit more broad.
Yeah.
Commissioner Damian, you have any comments, questions?
Just my comment, when I first saw this in the packet, I was so excited because I could immediately perceive that it was the flying motion broken down. And I liked it very much.
Thank you.
I'm very happy with this myself. I like the composition, I like the flow of action. I also like the fact that Novelty Bridge is back there because as people who are going to be closed off from 124th during the flood, they get a reminder of what they're seeing coming up this way for it does exist. I'm actually really impressed by this and very happy to see this. Any further discussion or questions?
I love the sunset colors.
Thank you.
I'm very produce.
The goose is awesome, yes.
Okay.
Anything further, any questions for us at this point, or?
Not exactly, no, it was also just about the process.
Well, thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Next up, I believe we have a group entry. Are you all gonna be speaking or just one?
We were gonna go through and introduce ourselves and then gonna talk about our project.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Is this? Yeah. Okay. Ready to start?
One moment, let's get a look at
Okay.
these real quick.
They received a picture of that in their pocket, but it was very strict out. Yeah.
Actually, to scale for the wall, we measured it out and then scaled it down to be those thick of those boards. So that's how it should look when it's on.
Excluding that little.
Yeah, corner side.
By all means, go ahead.
Okay, well, this is the proposal that we submitted for the murals for Snoqualmie Valley. Hi, I'm Hannah. I've been in APR for the past 3 years. I submitted my portfolio my first year, and I've been a TA for the past 2 years for that class. So I worked really closely with the art teacher preparing different projects to mass scale collections. So I have a lot of experience organizing and helping plan big projects. Hello, my name is Tyler Ingram. I'm in my second year of APR at Cedar Crest. Recently, I've had the experience to paint murals and photo ops for Novelty Hill Farm for the fall season. And coming up next week, I also have a face painting job at the Westbow's Oktoberfest, where I'll be painting around 200 kids' face. With my school, I have volunteer time for the school, and then I've also done murals for teachers. Hi, I'm Madeline. This is my second year in AP. I specialize in realistic painting, and I've dabbled in larger scale works. And I've submitted my works to different art shows, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to do this.
Hi, I'm Paula. I work alongside Tyler on the Novelty Hill projects, so bigger murals and stuff like that. And I will also be working alongside her during our October face painting thing next week. I have been in APR for 2 years, and I have helped with art installations across Cedar Crest, and I've been working with this group a while.
Hi, my name is Allison. I've been in AP art for the past 2 years. I have experience painting a mural up at the high school. And then I also have experience doing like large scale signage at my retail jobs. So working on things that are like more captivating to the eye and have like flow through them. And then we decided to come here as a group and submit together. So for the past 2 years, we've been working together. So we know we can collaborate well and share positive feedback. So this is our 2-scale design. It's definitely not finished or to the level of detail that would be expected in a finished project. It's more of just a general concept. So we have the kind of the river flowing through in the background, and in the background of the background, there's going to be like farmlands and stuff like that, things you normally see around here. And we have 12 birds in total, I think. And here, are these included with your?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, should I pass this around?
Do you wanna?
I'm fine.
It's nice.
Yeah, I don't think we have that.
You did have it in your packet.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Okay, so these are all sketches of the birds in different positions. You'll see that we chose a position each that we don't like, or that we don't like, to put into the finished kind of concept on that board. And there are some paintings included, which would be they would kind of represent the final detail level of the birds in the painting. And I think that's about it.
We were planning on having more muted colors for the background, especially since like it's pretty grayish around here. But emphasizing the river, and that way we can paint the birds with more detail and have the birds pop out against the background.
That's stellar, Jay, I really appreciate that. Might not be your favorite bird, but it's our bird. They're very pretty, but they are very loud.
Do you have any questions for us?
It's all about me. So we didn't originally include a plan for that little corner in our proposal, just because it was kind of uncertain whether or not that was included with it. But I think our general plan, we kind of talked a little bit about that. We were either thinking of extending that, just on that side to have it wrap around and maybe include another bird, such as an owl or something over there. But we can definitely, we're totally open to suggestions, the concept.
Any questions, discussion?
You said you've worked together on murals before, is that as a whole team or just in smaller units?
We've done like little snippets of each other, but we've been like working together on our art projects, so like we know what the other people is making, like all the time.
We help each other with our individual
Yeah.
projects, but we haven't worked on one big project all together like this. Me and Tyler have worked on those novelty home murals, and those were definitely together.
Yeah.
We did work on this concept together.
Yes, we did
this
all of this
together.
concept. Yeah.
Do you have any pictures of Melody Hill?
They did just post us on their
They
Facebook.
did post it on Facebook.
We have, sorry, I turned off my phone because I was nervous about it.
So, 12:30. And I will also give a note with novelty hill at very limited time, so the level of detail and exactness is not quite.
Yeah,
What our
we have
standard-
around 2 weeks to finish around. I think like 8 to 10.
8 to 10 farm scenes and murals.
Yeah, and they were adult sized like photo ops, so it was a little difficult, the town arrangement. But with all of us 5, I think it would be very possible for us to.
Any further comments, questions?
I love the detail on the birds, and I am impressed that you're all talented and very focused and talking to the cultural commission. So, kudos to all of you.
Thank you so much.
I really like your selection. I didn't know we had Aaron's here, so.
Okay.
I did have a question on the scale. This looks incredibly long and thin compared to what the actual mural is. You did mention that you had kind of scaled it. Do you know if this is going to be the final, or are you going to compress it to fit, or does it actually fit on there?
That's actually how long the.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Oh,
This is just.
It's a lot longer.
Yeah.
it looks a lot shorter when you're driving side.
Yeah.
No problem then. I was just worried that it was not to scale, but otherwise I really like this. I like the idea of having the river kind of be the thread that holds it all together.
Also, this is great to present this.
Yes.
Like, I love the bird studies. Do you have any examples of work you've done with foliage or landscapes? I have landscape.
Yeah, I mean, do you want us to all kind of like show you pictures or something? 'Cause-
What do you have directed ready?
So is this,
Oh,
the-
Yes,
okay.
those are.
yes.
Do you mind if I flip through?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then can I just add, if you wanted additional information submitted, they could email me and then I could share it out to the rest of the commission, so.
Yeah,
is
we
that
can
That's
something-
making stuff to us.
We can totally submit paintings we've all done, each person and specifically foliage and landscapes.
Any further questions, discussion? Alright. Thank you for your time, we appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Oh, yes. That's a sentence you don't hear again.
Would you like us to put these back?
Yes, please. Thank you.
And finally, we have Sylvia Tech. And because I have heard about it, a lot of these are on our digital agenda, so let's leave it there. Either.
Give me 1 second, Sophie, I'm getting yourself.
Just wanted to apologize again for responding to the email.
Oh, it's fine. You're here, that's what matters. Yeah. You showed up. That's 90% of the job.
Okay, so I just wanted to say hi, my name is Sophia Penick and I'm a freshman at Cedar Crest High School. I am passionate about all things creative like art, reading, and writing. This is my first time attempting a project of like this importance, and I'm probably like a little behind everyone. I kind of run out of time a little bit, like everyone seems a lot more far along in their designs, and I'm not really sure if I have everything. But I am prepared to work hard and collaborate with others if I'm given the chance. Okay, and then my vision for this mural is 3 birds, an osprey, an eagle, and a hawk. And I was going to paint them like in a colorful style, but in a profile view, so you just see like maybe to here on the bird. I'm not really sure what that actually is. And then behind them you can see like the stretch of their wingspan, and that will stretch like across the full length of the space. The profile of the birds will be drawn in a cartoonish style, and then the wings behind them will be more realistic. And then it will show the evolution from a juvenile bird to a more robust version. And then in the background, like for the background design, I was thinking like more of like a sky. And then you can see like the bottom. So I would do some trees, maybe the bottom of some buildings, if I had like an idea for that. And then I'm also open to adding more detail in the background. Like I said, I ran out of time, and that was kind of like what I would have added. But that was pretty much all I had.
Do you have any questions for us?
I don't think so.
Discussion, questions?
I like the palette you've included here. That's really thoughtful. It really shows some thinking ahead. Do you think the wingspans you were talking about, is the intention there to show them actual size, so you get a sense of the scale of the birds, or?
No, but that was actually a really nice idea, and I think I would really like to do that. Yeah.
Any further questions or comments?
If I may, I really like the idea of showing them in different life stages. I think that's very creative.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Also from life science standpoint, I'm super for that.
Yeah, I gotta admit that the whole, like having the wingspan be the actual size would be great to actually fill out the spaces
Yeah.
there.
For sure.
So your background is just going to be, as you mentioned, just sort of the skies and trees.
Yes.
Is that gonna be specific to the area, or would that be?
Speaking, yes,
Okay.
definitely specific to the area. And I have to do some research on what kind of like trees and things, but I'm definitely open to looking into that.
Do you have any examples of more finished work?
I do, I do have like a more finished version, but I don't have it in there. But I have a PowerPoint slide with some artwork on it,
And
That to us?
on my phone.
you can go ahead and email like Director Moreno and
Okay.
email her, she'll get it to us.
Yeah.
Anything further? Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so. In our packets, we have been given the artist selection, that just has 3 questions. We don't need these back until, I believe we decided October 15th, was that?
I think it was the 17th.
17th,
Yeah, the 17th, that's 10 days.
Okay. My memory is only good for about 30 minutes, then I forget. So what we will do is we'll go through the projects. Answer the question as is, and we'll get them back to Director Moreno for see, that's how bad my memory is. My memory is
October 17th.
18th.
17th.
17th.
So that's a Thursday, so yeah, if you can go through, there's 3 questions for artist selection. It's in the call for artists, which is attached to your document, so it's just artist selection. Are evaluated on 3 questions, so if you just wanna go through and answer those, and then you can just snap a picture, email it to me, or drop it at City Hall, and then we'll tabulate everything, and then I will let the selected artists know.
Again, I apologize, my memory is.
Yeah. And then if I could ask the artists that were asked to submit extra, or not extra, but to submit some more information, if you could have that to me by. Let me pull my calendar up again, sorry. Today is, would by Friday be good for you all? Okay, perfect. So once I receive that additional information, I can email it out to the commission.
Just make sure we get these back in and get it done. Next order of business, is there anything for, does anyone have anything for good of the orders? You were saying no? In that case, the cultural commission meeting for October 7th, 2024 is adjourned at 5:56. Thank you for all your time on here. Quick.